What's up, Flavor Fiends? This is Jace with Black Raven Pit and Purpose, and this week we're doing a Thor's hammer. We're also going to be talking about the nonprofit called Heroes for Heroes, which does cosplay at various charity events around town. Let's go ahead and go to the prep that we did earlier this morning. Okay, so to prep our Thor's hammer, it's actually pretty easy. First thing we're going to do is kind of just trim off all this silver skin that's around it here. Then we'll be able to prep it for the smoker. So a lot of people will sit here and just kind of lightly cut at it and try and just peel it off. Personally, excuse me, I should say I have a cold, so apologies for the sniffling. Now, me personally, I think silver skin is pretty difficult to get rid of. So what I do is just find an opening where it's already kind of coming off. And just kind of cut it away and then peel. Now you may have to break some areas of it to give away, but the idea is you want all this to just be the meat underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now that I've gotten at least most of the silver skin off, some of this stuff has been pretty tough to remove, so I usually have just been kind of cutting it down, lost a little bit of meat in the process, but just sort of happens. From here, what we're going to do is just grab some paper towels. I'm just going to pat the whole thing dry. Be sure and do the bone as well. And once that's looking pretty good, I'm going to move this into a bowl, and then we'll get ready to do our rub. Okay, so now that I have it all pretty much dry, it's time to talk about binder. Today, I'm actually using Worcestershire sauce, which I always struggle to say, but I feel like I got it that time pretty all right. And we're going to be using one of my signature rubs called Black Brew Dust. This is great on beef. I absolutely love it. It's like a coffee and black pepper rub. You cannot taste, you don't get a coffee taste at the end of it. It just really brings out the flavor of the beef. So this is perfect for anything beef. So what we're going to do is just get our Worcestershire sauce. Go ahead and just kind of give it a good coating. Try and get the tops as well. That looks pretty good. Set that off to the side. And next is just about getting that rub on there. So we're going to do this pretty heavy. We want as much of this rub to kind of sink into the meat. And just kind of keep an eye on it as you rotate it. You're looking for any spots where, rub might have fallen off. Be sure and get the bottom as well. And lastly, just kind of give it all a pat. Get it all to stick on there as best you can. And with that, we are ready to move on to our smoker. All right, so we have our Thor's hammer all prepped and ready to go. I have my smoker set at 250 degrees. Now, important thing to mention when putting this on your smoker is you want the bone side towards your heat. So if your smoker has like a side heat exchange, then you're going to want to put the bone towards it. Mine is a pellet smoker, so the heat kind of comes from the center. So I'm just going to rotate it so the bone is facing the center of the smoker. So we'll put this in here. We're going to let it sit until it gets to about 165 to 175 degrees internal, and then we'll move on to our next step. Let's go ahead and get this on. All right, so we just hit 165 degrees internal. It's time to move on to the next step. We're gonna get a foil pan here. And in this foil pan, I have a half cup of water, 1 bouillon cube, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Preferably, I would have just used only a half cup of beef broth, but I didn't have any, so I had to kind of improvise a little bit, but this should work just fine for us. So we're gonna go ahead and get our hammer in here, and we're gonna tightly wrap it with foil, and then I'll tell you guys about what to watch for from there. Bone side up. Stick my probe back into a nice meaty layer of this. There we go. Okay, so I was sure to have the bone facing up just because I want all the juices and everything to kind of render down into the meat. So we're gonna kind of leave it like that. The goal is to hit about an internal temp of 195. Now at that point, I'm not gonna pull it yet. I'm actually gonna start sticking a probe in it. Once it gets to a point where that probe goes through almost like a hot knife through butter, then I'll know that it's time to go ahead and pull the entire hammer out, and we'll let it rest before we actually serve it. So again, we're looking for 195 to start testing with the probe. Once it goes through like a hot knife through butter, you're good to go. Once your hammer is nice and soft, we are ready to rest. Go ahead and throw it in our cooler here. Place a towel on top. And you are ready to go. Let it rest for at least an hour, preferably 2 to 3, and you are good to serve. All right, after 2 hours resting time, we are finally ready to serve this. I am so excited to try this. Just look at it. It looks beautiful. The rub just settled in nice and perfect. We have a great crust going on. Just smelling it. It smells amazing. The bone is just like ready to pull off the meat completely. I'm so excited. All right, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Just gonna take a little cut here. All right. Dip it in a bit of the juices, because those are the best parts. Oh, wow. The meat is great. It's juicy. The flavor of the rub really punched through. It's not like fall apart in my mouth tender, but it's just, you chew it and it just breaks apart perfectly. This turned out amazing. Excuse me while I swallow. Man, yeah, this tastes so good. This turned out, I would say, 9 out of 10. This is great. Oh man, yeah, that's just the flavor. Everything just punches right through. It has like a real strong beefy taste to it. Oh man, I can't. I'm gonna make so many sandwiches out of this, or I'm just gonna probably eat this whole thing tonight for dinner. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you all have success making it at home. Don't forget to check out our nonprofit of the week, Heroes for Heroes. You can find them on Facebook at the link below, or just search Heroes for Heroes and look for this logo. They do a lot of really great things in the community. After talking with them a little bit, it's just our ideals align as far as wanting to do what we can to help the community in any way possible. So please check them out. If you happen to see them out at an event or something, give them a high five for me. They're just really great people. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Again, hope you guys have luck on this on your own. We'll see you next time.